Good morning, Reformation Lutheran Church and School. This is Miss Jen reporting from the RLCS newsroom. We have breaking news of wild and wonderful animals being observed in the rainforest. The rainforest is called a rainforest because it has a lot of rain in the area all year long and a bunch of trees that are close together to making it a forest. Even with all the rain, the rainforest is hot and humid, which is another way of saying muggy. That's like the temp when you go outside and all of a sudden you feel this sweat building up on you. It's kind of gross and I don't like it. But these animals love it. At the top of the rainforest is a thick layer called the canopy. It has a lot of branches and leaves that block out the sun. Most of the rainforest animals and plants live in the canopy. It takes about 10 minutes for the water from the rain to go from the top all the way to the bottom to the ground. Now, plants and animals aren't the only living things that live in the rainforest. Some people do too. They depend on the rainforest for shelter and food. More than half the animals on the planet call the rainforest their home. Some people are cutting down the rainforest to put farms there to try and grow things. Unfortunately for them, the soil isn't good for growing things and just lays there useless. So we should leave the trees and plants alone for the animals and people that live in the rainforest. I hear that there's some new guests in our newsroom. Let's take a peek and see who has entered our newsroom. The first guest we have is a chameleon. A chameleon likes to change its colors to blend in with its surrounding. Part of the reason why it does that is to protect itself from predators. The other part is to stay hidden so it can sneak up on its prey. Well, let's leave the chameleon alone so he can have his breakfast. Oh, there's reports of another guest in the rainforest. Let's see which one it is. It's a tree frog. Now, this is his friendly tree frog, but there are some tree frogs that are brightly colored that we need to stay away from because they can hurt us. In fact, let's stay away from most of the animals in the rainforest so they won't hurt us. I'm sorry for disturbing you, Mr. Frog. Let's let you be. Oh, there's even more reports of even more guests in our newsroom. Let's bring out the first guest that has entered recently. The first guest is this thing. What is it? Well, it's called a toucan. It is a bird that loves to live in the rainforest, and here are some of its friends and family. Toucans are known for their large and colorful bills. They have the longest bill of any bird in the world compared to its body size. Its bill is actually about 8 inches long. That's just a little bit shorter than a soccer ball. The toucan's bill is made of the same thing as our nails and our hair. And it is very light, though it looks very heavy. But it isn't strong, so it can't be used for digging or fighting. The bill is so large that it helps keep the toucan cool. Now, they aren't born with these large and beautiful beaks. They're actually pretty short. It takes them several months to grow so big and beautiful. The toucan has small wings and isn't very good at flying. It has to flap its wings a lot harder than most of the other birds, except for the hummingbird. So the toucan only flies for short distances. It likes to usually just hop between the branches instead. The toucan is an omnivore. That means it likes to eat plants and meat, but it prefers fruit. It will also eat insects and small lizards. They get most of their water from the fruit it eats. The toucan can live up to 20 years old, and it's one of the noisier birds in the rainforest. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Toucan. We had fun learning all about you. Our next guest has just flown into the studio. Here's our next guest. It's a scarlet macaw. And we were very lucky to capture its beautiful flying on film. The scarlet macaw is one of the largest and most beautiful members of the parrot family. The male and female of this species look the same, and they prefer to live in the rainforest. It is also an omnivore, so again, that means it loves to eat plants and meat. Some of the things it loves to eat are fruits, seeds, nuts, insects, and larvae, especially during the breeding season. They also like to eat clay. Why clay? No one knows. Its strong curved beak is used to crack hard nuts and seeds, and it has a long tongue to hold onto the kernel and pull it from the shell. Its wide wings and hollow bones help them to fly faster, up to 35 miles an hour. While some macaws learn to speak, most macaws have a limited ability to mimic. That means to repeat the sounds we make. And sometimes that's often for the better. Thank you, macaw, for stopping by. It was great learning about you. Well, friends, we have one more guest in our studio today. Let's take a peek at our latest guest. Whoa. This guest is super duper tiny. I wonder what it is. Well, I was given this picture that's supposed to show what it is close up. So let's take a peek at that. Wait a minute. This looks like a squirrel. Did someone give me the wrong image? What? It's the right image? Oh, that's right. There is a type of squirrel that lives in the rainforest. It's called a flying squirrel. Wait, flying squirrel? Really? It has like a helicopter or plane or something? No? Oh, this thing? This thing's supposed to make a difference? What is it? There's another picture? Oh, okay, let's take a look at the other picture. Here's the other picture. That's how it flies? What is that? Oh, it doesn't actually fly. Oh, okay, it glides. It has a built-in parachute to protect it from falling and help it go from tree to tree. It has that piece of skin that goes from ankle to wrist, or wrist to ankle, and help form a wing to help it glide. It's like the same thing between our finger and our thumb. When we have our finger and thumb close together, you can't really see it, but pull our fingers apart, and there it is right here between our finger and thumb. It's that type of skin that helps the flying squirrel. I would definitely not recommend trying that at home. You'll get hurt instead. So please, don't try that at home. The flying squirrel is only about 1 foot long, so it's about one of the floor tile squares in the classroom, and can live to be about 5 years old. And, just like our other two guests, it also is an omnivore. That means it eats meat and plants. But this one is nocturnal. That means it likes to sleep during the day and be awake at night. It has large eyes to help them see in the dark, and it can have 2 to 7 babies at a time. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Flying Squirrel. It's been great learning about you. Well, that's all from this segment. Coming up, more wild and wonderful animals from the rainforest. This is Miss Jen reporting from the RLCS newsroom. May God bless you and your family.